So dear student, today we'll be doing the module 3. So let me just share it. Yeah, so application of quantum mechanics to electric transport in solid magnetic materials, correct? So you can see here basics of CFET here, correct? You scroll down. Yeah. So there are a lot of points in the classical free electron theory, but if we go and read like this, it'll be a little bit boring. So I'll try to explain in a very simple way. So what does this classical free electron theory state? Okay. So you write the notes carefully in this because whatever I'm telling now, it's a very simplified form and what is given here. So metals contains what? Free electrons. So just like the gas molecules move, right? Correct. So metal also contain free electron which can move freely, just like the gas molecules. That is the first point. Okay. Second point, positive ions are fixed. What is it? Positive ions are fixed and does not affect the electron. Okay, does not affect the electron. Which one? The positive ions. Third one, as you can see, we all know what like poles get repelled, unlike poles get attracted. Correct? Like poles will repel each other, unlike pole will, just like the positive and negative charge will get attracted, positive will repel and negative will repel. So we all studied in our class 11th VACPR theory. So electron will what? Repel because both are negative charge. That is nothing but our fourth point. Okay. And one more thing is electrons obey what? This also you have to highlight. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Okay. Electron, just write it down. Electrons obey this. Because end of the day, we need these key points. So I hope you understood what is the classical free electronic theory assumption. Simple explanation. Okay. Yeah. Then we can see thermal velocity over here. Correct. So thermal velocity is nothing but electrons will move randomly at a very high speed. That is nothing but a thermal velocity. So this formula we have to copy it out and keep. As well as this thermal velocity is done. Drift velocity. So again we have studied in our class 12th, the first chapter. So drift velocity concept. So first chapter is all about what electric field and charges. So when an electric field is applied, correct? Electrons slowly drift opposite to the electric field applied. So listen carefully. When electric field is applied, electrons slowly drift or move towards opposite to the electric field applied. Drift velocity also it's done. Then obviously this is important. V is equal to E by M. This is you have to remember equilibrium thing. This one also. V is equal to E to E by M. Electrical conductivity. I is equal to NEVD. This again we studied in our class 12th. Okay. Where J is called what? Current density. Suppose if you forgot what is current density, I'll just draw it over here. What is density? Mass by volume. What is current density? Current per area. This J is called my current density. J is the current density, I is current, A is the area. Okay. So I hope you guys know it. So this self-readable thing. Yeah. And yeah, one more thing is J is equal to sigma E. So again in class 12, we proved that also. So this you have to read it. Let me see the yes. Drawbacks of the classical free electron theory and quantum correction. Okay, so what the prediction of this classical free electron theory is what you can see here, P proportional to root T. What is it? P proportional to root T. This is what the prediction. Okay, of classical free electron theory. So which means V proportional to I, everyone knows, right? Correct. Suppose if I'm telling V proportional to root I, is it correct? No. So similarly here, what is it? P proportional. This is my proportional symbol, not infinity, it's proportional to root T. So this states what? P proportional to root T, but actually it is P proportional to T. Okay, so P or rho, whatever you want, you can say resistivity. End of the day, it's not an oral examination, it is just a written thing. So rho. Rho is nothing but resistivity. I just said P, so for students who are feeling it difficult, just they can put it as P, it's okay. End of the day, even if you write P, rho, everything will give you the mark. So P proportional T is wrong. That is what this CFAT told. But what is the quantum correction? It is this P proportional to T or rho proportional to T. Okay, so again in online session there can be, yeah. Next one. Mhm. Second thing, can you see here the 3 by 2 something there written, right? KB, the Boltzmann constant, T, Na, Vg, and all of those things, correct? The important thing in the examination you have to write, I'll just again circle it out. 3 by 2 R. Okay. Specific heat, you should write what? Specific heat is equal to what? 3 by 2 R. This is what they don't want, this nor this. They want this and this. Specific heat is equal to what? 3 by 2 R. Okay, which is it's kind of a constant thing, right? Ratio and everything is a constant thing. But actually, the specific heat of electron is only what? 1% of the value. It is not a constant, it is very, very tiny. So this is also a big cause for the failure of classical field electronic pairing. So hence this is the rejected model. So classical field electron theory is a rejected model. Then comes what? Our quantum model. This, I think everyone will have an idea because this again we studied in our class 11 atomic structure chapter. Correct, we studied about Pauli's exclusion principle, Fermi Dirac statistics and everything. See, can you see the diagram here? Diagram is very, very, very important. What it is written? At 0 Kelvin. What is it? Fermi energy is here. Field states is there. Correct? Yes or no? Empty states at 0 Kelvin. So I'll tell you what is what. Okay. All states, all the state means energy level, below 0 Kelvin. Below 0 Kelvin. That is what it will be empty. Okay. Yes. At 0 Kelvin, all the Fermi energy levels are full. At 0 Kelvin, yeah, at 0 Kelvin, all the Fermi energy levels are full. Okay. Below 0 Kelvin, below 0 Kelvin, all the Fermi energy levels are empty. All Fermi energy levels are empty. This you can note it down. You can pause it and you can note it down. Okay. Yeah. Then we got Fermi Dirac status in Fermi factor. It's not that important, but still tell you. It's all regarding the probability here. Okay. So the occupation probabilities of electrons in the different energy state. Energy state meaning is, let's take here energy level. Correct. Ground state is there. Then n is equal to 1. Correct. N is equal to 2. What is n? Principal quantum number. What is n? Principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. Because all of those things won't be there in the book. Principal. And what is this principal quantum number? Energy level of the electron. For example, suppose let us take that I am now teaching you, right? Yeah. So my energy level. Suppose if I'm having a tea or a coffee now, correct? My energy levels will be much more higher than that. That is, if my energy level is now n is equal to 1, after having tea or coffee, I'll go to n is equal to 3 or n is equal to 4. That is nothing but principal quantum number, energy level. So similarly, electrons also, when it gains an energy, when it gains what? Energy. Correct? It will go to the next or higher level state. So from one state to next state, it will go. Clear? So don't get too much into this. And whenever there is a graph, forget about these values, just copy down these graphs and study. Again, I don't recommend studying these things over here. Then it's not a, then it will be very, very difficult for each and everyone who's listening to the video. Let me see. Yes, important thing. Merits of quantum free electron theory. Already we discussed this thing, right? What is it? Rho proportional to T. Correct? That's it. There goes the root T, it is T. Same thing. Whatever was the demerit of this, the CF, the classical electron theory, you can just write the same thing over here. Okay. And then one less than 1 percentage. That also I think I told you the thing. The rho proportional to T. Same thing. See, shortcomings meaning, so obviously for an insulator, semiconductor, a conductor, correct? So the band gap is not being explained properly in each and everything. And for some metals, even let's say the Hall coefficient is not being explained properly. I'll just mark here this one. These things. You can just read it and you can write it out. That's the thing. Simple reading and writing. But the important thing is the classic free electron theory assumption that I told you correct in the beginning. Those things you have to keep in mind. I'll just simply go to, I think, if it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic, let me check. So diamagnetic means all electrons are paired. Paramagnetic, unpaired electrons. I think all of you know it. And if you have a class 12 book, study between difference between paramagnetic, diamagnetic, and ferromagnetic. Diamagnetic weak repulsion, paramagnetic weak attraction. Correct. Ferromagnetic strong permanent magnetism. Ferromagnetic. Ferromagnetic strong permanent magnetism. Ferro. Strong. It's all there in the class 12 book only. That you can do, right? Strong permanent magnetism. Okay. Diamagnetic weak repulsion. Weak repulsion. Weak repulsion. Correct. Para weak attraction. Weak attraction. Yeah. Pero you can just go back to the video and just listen one more time if it is required. So I think this is most of the things what is there to remember. So any doubt or anything is there, please let me know. Thank you. I'm wishing you all the best in this exam.